Good afternoon, Card Authority, episode 33. It is Prestige release day. He's never going to give you up. He's never going to make you cry.
He's never going to let you down.
No, he is not.
He'll never say goodbye.
All right, Rick, time to set aside. AJ
Hey!
All right, welcome to Card Authority. Prestige announcement day, Prestige 2022. Big day, obviously, everyone knows I am a huge fan of Prestige. G'day, everyone. G'day, Lukey. G'day, Yanni. Wado.
We were planning to do this about 20 minutes after, and then we saw Select actually drop the checklist straight away.
Yeah, so we're able to have a quick look
we've
at it.
done our quick little printouts here, and we can jump straight into it. We haven't had a chance to really look at it yet, though.
Yep.
So we're going to do it live with you guys right here. But let's...
I'll go through just a few of the nuts and bolts for
let's
people
get
that missed it. All right, so Prestige 2022, $155 a box. SEC membership is available now, or access is open now. You can buy one box with your SEC, and it will come through via Star Trek. Public sale opens up on the Sunday, the 15th of May, so that's next Sunday, and you can get 4 boxes public sale. This is exactly the same as it was last year. And I noticed Lynn said that we haven't done our math yet, but the print run is exactly the same.
She said 8,400 boxes,
so that's,
which is the exact same.
So it's just over 700.
So no
cases.
dilution has taken place. Obviously, the price has gone up $15 a box, which is less than we had anticipated.
Yeah, we thought it'd be a bit more.
We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and we thought that the print run would probably go up 20% and the price would probably go up around 20%, and we certainly got it wrong on both those fronts. So
and good on for Select for keeping it still affordable.
You know what's really interesting about this, AJ, and obviously you're going to go through each of the type of cards, but just watching Lynn's preview, the first thing that comes to mind for me is print run the exact same size, $15 a box up, but it looks like they have substantially increased the box output here.
Absolutely. And the biggest and most notable thing that, I guess has come out of it, especially, everyone knows we're breakers.
Yeah.
There's no dead packets. There is a
every packet's numbered because the game breakers are now numbered.
Which we'll talk about in a sec, obviously. But the fact that now that they've moved to a completely numbered product, not only adds huge value to the product, makes it a great breaking product. If you're buying packets off the shelf, you're going to get a numbered insert with every packet. We obviously will wax Select when we need to, but at early looks, that's a fantastic change they've made.
Yeah, absolutely. It means that's it. Like, whether it's in a break or someone buying a packet across the counter, whatever it is, everyone's going to hit some sort of numbered card now. Based on at least what we've seen and what it looks like with respect to the collation and the checklist. Let's maybe start at the top, I suppose, AJ, and give everyone a bit of a feel for what's actually coming out of this release. Where are the changes? What's the same? What's new?
Yeah, sure. So look, obviously the notable changes is game breakers and milestones from last year are now numbered. Numbered to 750 for the game breakers, which is something we've obviously mentioned, but also the community has.
I'm going out on a limb here. When we first started this podcast, it would have to be episode 1, 2, maybe episode 3. We talked a lot about Prestige at that time, and the number one criticism we made, and not just us, but we were making it on behalf of the viewers and the listeners and the community and everyone else, was what a mistake that they didn't number the game breakers.
Absolutely.
I'm going to give the entire card community, and especially the Card Authority community, a big pat on the back here, because I would like to think it's the voice of the community that is traveling up the line and really affecting change at the publisher's end. And it shows that they really are listening to what people have to say. So
absolutely,
I think that's a fantastic result. And I'd much prefer a card numbered as high as 750 than not numbered at all, because it creates a chase, as we've discussed before.
Absolutely.
For people like myself, we like doing specific numbers and low numbers and things like that. All of a sudden, I'm looking for multiple game breakers to make up a set now. I don't just want one of each and discard the rest as nothing.
And low numbered and obviously O1s are going to be real diamonds in the rough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. We said when they started numbering milestones, what a smart move that was. I think this is a great improvement. And for anyone who's stressing and go, number to 750, it's too high. Well, it's not. You can go back and look at other series which have cards numbered up to 800.
So the other good or noticeable change this year is milestones have been numbered.
Yeah.
Now, we were quickly looking into this. We picked up on this very quickly. So they're numbered to 195.
I think that's the same as what they were last year.
No, they weren't numbered last year.
Yes, they were. They were. Not milestones and numbered cards. Yeah, they definitely were. I reckon they were 195 as well. We'd have to go back and have a look.
Let me check this quickly.
I reckon they were 195. So milestones still in there, numbered, really good. And then obviously we start to move into the parallel sets.
So what did you think about the addition of the pink parallel?
I think it looks fantastic. To be honest with you, like traditionally, I'm not a big, huge fan of the color pink or salmon, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Not really my thing. I think in the context of a multi-sequence rainbow or parallel set, I think it's really good.
So there were no milestones in Prestige last
So
year. They were in Footy Stars and they were unnumbered.
So when was their numbered milestones?
The year before.
The year before they had them.
So that's right. There was.
So 2020 there was numbered
So that's
milestones.
an
2021
adjustment.
there wasn't milestones at all.
Yep.
So they've brought milestones back in. So between numbered game breakers and now numbered milestones,
Yep.
it makes up the difference. All 24 packets in a box will have a numbered hit.
Yeah, that's what Glenn's saying. I think in Prestige 2020 there were numbered milestones.
Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, as Gribbler has just reminded me on the stream, not a huge fan of pink in general.
I don't mind a bit of salmon.
Card looks fantastic.
Yep.
Pops on camera. It's going to look hot.
So
Biggest challenge I'm having in my mind is how am I going to sequence these as a collector? How do you sequence these into a folder?
because you have to do 4 in a row.
Or you can't do, yeah, that's right. Because traditionally you'd have the silver. Originally it was in 2020 the silver base +2.
Yep.
Then last year I omitted the silver base altogether and just went the 3 parallels. I might have to, as collectors, I'd be interested to know what other people are going to do with this dilemma as well. How are we going to lay them out? Do we now just need to lay them out in the teams basically? So your pinks, your oranges, your blues, your greens all together.
So there's 9 players per
Perfect.
team.
Okay, so
So it's perfect to fit one page.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's 4 parallels as we talked about. Pink, which is numbered to 325, 1 in 4 packs.
Yeah.
So you're going to get 6 of those a box. Probably should write this down so we need to reference it later. Orange parallel, which is kind of the old red, is numbered to 210. That's 1 in 6 packs. So you're going to get 4 of those a box.
So they're orange, not red, right?
Yes.
So a true orange.
True
this year.
orange. Last year they
So
were
how
a
many
bit,
per box?
4 per box,
4
1 in
per
6
box.
packs. Blue parallel, numbered to 100 or 110. Sorry, I think they were 125 last
They
year.
were 125.
So you're getting 2 of those a box.
2 per box. So they've come down in numbering the blues.
Yep.
And then the difference is being made up, obviously, with the pinks.
Yep, and then the greens have stayed to 60. And the interesting is they're 1 in 22 packs. So it's going to be that little quirk that in case format, effectively,
There's going to be an extra box per case.
That's going to
in
double
case
green.
format. So an extra. So it's going to be 2 in every 12 boxes. Yeah, that's right.
something like that.
Yeah, there'll be an extra green. Yeah, that's
Yep.
right. Okay.
So they're obviously the parallels. I love the parallels. I love the greens. I think they're going to be, obviously, as we've always said, camera and photos never does it. It's full justice.
Yeah.
But the board that it looks like it's printed on, straight away, I felt like it looks like a tablecloth.
Yeah.
It's got kind of like sheer and shine in both directions.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to be an impressive card.
Probably
to have.
disclaimer notice always important. Cards on camera are very different to what they look like in hand, and normally they look a lot worse on camera. To be honest, you don't see that color pop through, you don't see the light come through, and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So I think the fact that you're saying you can already start to see in the vision that we saw with the lovely Lynn Gilmartin just a few minutes ago.
Great job again by Lynn and the team.
The color looked to be really popping, and you could see that reflection. Almost looks like holographic of some sort.
A little bit, yeah.
Like that old school hologram style. So can't wait to see those in hand.
Brownlow, I'm going to leave one card and I'll come back to it in a second. Brownlow leaders are back. Numbered to 80, 1 in 48 packs. So there's going to be 1 every 2 boxes. So 6 of them per case.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the same as what last year.
Yeah.
Quickly having a look at the checklist though, Jax. Let me just confirm I'm right before I sound like an idiot. Really impressed to see that your man Luke Dunstan, who stole a heap of votes off Jack Steele last year, has a Brownlow leader. Give me an idea of how many of those cards you're going to collect.
So
yourself.
about 10 seconds before we went on there. So literally, whilst we were watching the stream just before the preview, we saw the checklist come out. He sent it straight to the printer, which is in the room behind me. I grabbed them literally as we were in that preview mode. Someone may have heard us go knock, knock, knock. We were testing if the audio was working, if we muted it properly when the stopwatch was on, because I looked at the checklist and I went straight to see who the Saints cards were going to be in the Brownlow vote leader. And wow, Luke Dunstan, obviously they have to have the top 3 vote getters from each season. It's fair to say Luke Dunstan will not be bulk collecting that card. I like Luke Dunstan though, to be honest. Like I always liked him. I was always a fan.
Start a PC, Melbourne PC
for my wife.
Yeah.
There you go.
So look, Brownlow leaders are back, number to 80. Look, the good thing about those cards is obviously it's all the best performing players from last year.
Yeah.
Personally, I like them. I think they're an undervalued card, number to 80. It's been a little bit of a trait there with the Brownlow vote getters as well. G'day Kano, g'day Nico, g'day William. Well done on winning the box, William. Congratulations.
Yeah, was that Will Trulip that won the box?
Well done.
Well done, Will.
Well done.
G'day Glennie McAllister and
Ribs, Mannion. Sorry, there's heaps of people flowing through, so I'm just trying to get through this.
So Glennie, Virtuoso Sigs and also not Sigs. So
we'll get to that. So hey, I
Settle
know
down.
you're excited.
Settle down.
All right.
Settle.
Now, so Brownlow leaders, and I did like because last year was a little quirk of some people being on the same votes and that have their own card.
Yeah.
We saw a snapshot of that Freo card there where there were 2 people on the card. So again, probably need to look at the checklist to go through that and find a few of those. But I like that. Actually, I can see one. Franklin, Heaney, and Kennedy are all on a card.
On one card. That's interesting.
Interesting. Brownlow predictors are back, of course. Platinum variation.
Still numbered to 60.
Numbered to 60, and it looks like they're one in, 96 packs?
One in 96, which is 4 boxes.
4 boxes?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you'll get
3.
So in case form, in the traditional case form, it would be 3 per case.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that'd be good. I think a lot of wild cards are going to be in play this year because I imagine Patrick Cripps is the wild card because Walsh has one.
Yeah.
Petrarca will be a wild card because I'm guessing Oliver will be it. So
because is it just 1 and 1, right?
It's just 1 and 1, I believe. Again, I'm
so checklist.
Yep, that's 1 and 1.
1 and 1.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, there's obviously then going to be no Dusty one either.
Well,
no, there is Dustin Martin and Richmond.
Interesting.
So that's been leading last year.
Yeah.
Then we move on to the Virtuosos, which there was a fantastic poll done during the week on Good Vibes. I can't remember who posted it.
Someone put up a poll about it was a poll and a statement in one.
Yep.
It was making the statement, or it was almost a rhetorical question, like, are people starting to get frustrated at seeing the same main players represented in the top tier subsets of every single release?
Yep.
The overwhelming consensus is, yes, we want to see a spread of players. We want to see new players. We want to see other position players from all over the field. We certainly still want the big marquee players and we want those high-end cards. You want your Dusties. I want the Jack Steels to be represented and Max Kings and stuff. But it seems like the timing of that poll and that post, and again, I can't remember exactly who put it up, but the timing of that post and what's just been announced today with this checklist, they seem to be, as a publisher, in line with the way of thinking of the card community. They'll never get everything right and they'll never appease every single person.
Yep.
But from a general consensus perspective, it looks like this release in particular is absolutely nailing it.
Well, it's as simple as there seemed to be a demand for a non-midfielders or forward subset.
Yeah.
And obviously quite a few of the virtuosos that were in box for Footy Stars were forwards.
Yeah.
Well, now we have a set with defenders. There's a whole range of players there that would not have had, I use the word marquee, but a main top line insert with some of these players. Now, Barras for West Coast, Grimes for Richmond, Frost for Hawthorn, Tom Stewart. I'm just reading out some names.
Look, being really selfish, I love that the St Kilda one is Dougal Howard. Yeah. I like Dougal Howard as a player. I think he's great, really good, leading the competition in stats at the moment for his position. Fantastic. But he's not Jack Steele. He's not Max King.
Sure.
It's going to give the Saints guys a little bit of reprieve here after a really hectic Series 1 in Footy Stars, which I'm still not completed in terms of my set. But I feel like the fact that Dougal Howard is the biggest chase card for Saints collectors is a bit of reprieve. We get a bit to settle here before Series 2 or whatever comes next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we had big cards in Series 1, and it seems like obviously the signatures have alternated here.
So it seems to have gone on to a flowing pattern of they did 6 teams in Footy Stars. They've now picked another 6 teams that weren't represented.
Yeah.
With a little bit of a quirk. So arguably you would say, you know, I'm not term, they're sort of using superstars and up and comers.
Yeah.
You know, some of the superstars here would well and truly deserve their own redemption anyway. But the fact that you add in some other guys that have not had signature cards, and straight off the top of the list, you look at Essendon with Zach Merritt and Nick Martin.
Yeah.
Nick Martin, I think he came in the mid-season draft, so he has no DPS. He's becoming a cult hero.
Yeah, young Mason Prosser has said it in the comments. Nick Martin's going all right to have a case hit SIG 7 games into his career.
Absolutely.
But it's probably a reflection of the Essendon people are onto Nick Martin.
Yep.
Like it feels like he's starting to pick up that early cult following already.
So these are numbered to 40. You get the redemption and you get both those cards. Tom Hawkins and Brad Close, and Will at the back was saying Brad Close is a great pick. He thinks the Cats guys are going to really like that. Warple and CJ. CJ's becoming a massive, massive cult hero.
I think the Warple CJ person looking at the checklist, I think that's the biggest one. Oh, Essendon's big. Yeah, I think the Essendon and Hawthorn probably equally as big to me. Warple already a cult following. CJ starting to demonstrate.
Yep.
His cult following might end up outweighing some of these other guys like your Warples.
But then you look at someone like we move on to Port Adelaide. Ollie Mines obviously is a superstar Brownlow medalist. Rosie has a cult following that is double all those guys. Luke Parker for Sydney, who was obviously a champion, and Chad Warner, who, you know, you didn't even know who he was. You thought he played cricket.
Yeah, I thought it was that.
You know, he is an absolute superstar, and someone will probably be able to tell me. I doubt he's even played 7 games. Maybe he's played 10 games.
So, interestingly as well, just to clarify for everyone, these are not dual signatures like what came out of
2 separate cards.
You get 2 separate cards.
Yep.
So if your redemption card is, you know, you get the Hawks redemption and it's serial number 05, you will then get a CJ 05 SIG and a Warple 05 SIG. So it's going to make things really interesting here, especially for jumper number collectors. Because every card essentially has 2 different jumper numbers. Every Virtuoso redemption has 2 different jumper numbers.
Interesting.
So there's going to be a lot of trades and stuff, I think, going on of someone, you know, you redeem your card, but you end up trading one away to get a different number.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So it's going to be interesting.
And then Mundy and Caleb Sarong. So obviously Mundy's very well loved in Fremantle circles. 21 games for Warner. Thank you, Gorminator. And Caleb Sarong, who's obviously, he's just a jet.
Rising star.
I think they've absolutely nailed the choices of players. There's going to be obviously lots of debate of, you know, why weren't there other teams, or are the other teams going to get 6?
But so they've done the opposite team. So 6 teams represented.
They've done a different 6 to the first 6. There's still 6 more.
Yeah, but no. But I'm saying none of the 6 teams that were represented in Series 1 are represented here.
Correct.
Does that mean something interesting happens in Series 2 this year with the remaining 6 teams?
Maybe.
Could be an extra little bonus going on there or something. Who knows?
Maybe.
But again, from a collector's standpoint, I like the notion that my team was heavily represented in Footy Stars.
Yep.
We've been taxed really heavily as collectors on that front. It's been a big chase, not just financially, but from a mental standpoint.
Yep.
I like the idea that this is a lot, you know, so there's reprieve for the people that have to go super hard.
Yep.
In Footy Stars, we've still got some great cards to collect here. It's absolutely attainable for team set collectors. There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
It doesn't seem so daunting. Even with the additional pink parallels and the numbered game breakers, they're not going to be high value cards. They're going to be cheap cards as reflected by the numbering.
Which is the way Footy Stars and Press
That's right, but it's not like we're looking at this going, oh, geez, they've just stacked another 5 cards that are going to cost me $200 a piece here.
Yep.
You know, we'll do our own separate analysis and we'll talk about it on the next episode, but I think it's a very smart play, what they've done here.
Absolutely. And I think that, you know, they're effectively worked out. They're in every, like, what is it, 900? They're in 900 packs, so every 3.1 cases. So, you know, obviously people that are buying boxes and going in breaks and stuff like that, there's going to be plenty of opportunities to sweat it. So the other card, which has been the big addition to the release, is the AFL Classified Dark version, or Black version. I'm not sure. Midnighters, I saw someone call on stream.
And that's the most attractive card to me outside of the Virtuosos.
And the Classified was an absolute ripper in Footy Stars, the white one. I've got a funny feeling the black one is going to be, I mean, from the shot that Lynn showed, it looks sensational.
Yeah. What's really interesting here is how Prestige has evolved, you know, because we haven't even talked about greens yet. And historically, Prestige, the greens have been actually the big cards to come out of it.
Absolutely.
That's been where all the chase has been and where the value's sort of been.
Yep.
And the fact that 20 minutes and we haven't even talked about the greens yet is probably reflective that there's some really nice cards and good looking cards here to chase down. So again, to me, you know, Classified and Virtuoso are really standing up here for me at the moment. Love the idea of the higher numbered, lower end inserts, your game breakers and your milestones and stuff.
Yep.
I think the parallel chase it's as easy as to complete as previous years.
Can I just touch on something? Glenn McAllister goes, how do you feel about there being no marquee? Well, Glenn, as I've done in previous years, so the first year...
Showstoppers.
First year it was Showstoppers, so that was in Footy Stars and then Prestige.
Yeah.
Last year it was Marquee and then Marquee, and then this year it's Virtuoso and Virtuoso.
Yeah.
So it's not an issue of them not doing marquees.
Yeah.
They generally don't flow those inserts across.
And key thing for everyone to keep in mind here is Prestige is Footy Stars Prestige. This is not it's not a standalone series, and we've always talked about it as a 1.5. This is not a true Series 2 release. It's a hobby version of Footy Stars, essentially, and that's what it was always designed as. So for the most part, the cards are all supposed to be variations or parallels of what you would get out of the Series 1 release.
Yep. So, Hunter, you can buy 1 box for SCC and 4 boxes general sale, which was exactly the same as last year. So just to go back on the Classified, so the Classified is numbered 60.
Yeah.
That's a box here.
Box here.
So right now in the makeup of boxes, you've got 2 cards numbered to 60. 1 in 2 boxes, you're going to get a Brownlow Vote Getters numbered to 80.
Yeah.
And then if you don't get a Vote Getters, you're going to get a Virtuoso or a Brownlow Predictor.
Correct.
So straight away,
every box has got excellent value out of it.
well, you're effectively, there's going to be 3 hits under 80 in every box.
Yeah, and look, I know some people don't like to talk about the context of monetary value associated with the products, and it's only pure collecting and all that sort of stuff, but a bunch of people have nailed it in the comments here. As always with Prestige, at the price point that they charge, even with a $15 increase to $155, anyone can do the maths here and work out it's hot. It's super hot.
It's hot.
The value you're going to get is massive. Don't sleep on it. Don't get caught out here. It's going to move quickly, contrary to what anyone may say about slowdowns or anything like that. It's not reflected in the real marketplace and the numbers and the data points we look at. If you want this product, if you're SCC, get on, don't miss out. I think you got, a week?
You got a week. I think so.
If you're going in the general public on sale, don't miss out. Don't be one of those people that says, after 3 minutes it was gone and I couldn't get it. You're going to have to be there in the first 30 seconds.
So you've got 7 days. You got 8 days.
You've got 8 days to prepare yourself. You got 8 days to prepare yourself to get your 4 boxes in the general on sale. And of course, I'm sure a bunch of hobby stores will have a limited amount of product available as well. And you'll start to see people release that, including RGB Collectibles. That information will come out soon. It'll be around. There's no point sleeping on it. The expectation will be there that this is a loaded product, effectively.
Can I just touch on something? Niall Wilson just made a good point. Is Prestige quickly becoming the one release you don't want to miss out on each year, or is it a sleeping giant? It's still a sleeping giant.
You've been advocating it since you've been involved in cards. So let me give you some backstory here. You pretty much got involved in footy, like back into cards.
Just before 2020 Prestige.
Yeah, just before 2020 Prestige. This is when AJ made his big splash. And at that point, you continued over and over to Prestige, that's my baby. That's it. It's all about Prestige. And then going into 2021, it was all like, I'm looking for the Prestige. Don't worry about supremacy. Prestige. Prestige, because of its price point, it's accessible. There's no barrier to entry here. And that's the key. There's no massive financial burden associated. You can
No,
get
great
one
value
box,
for
you
the
get
price.
lots of boxes,
Yep.
you're getting lots of hits. It's going to be an absolutely fun rip. It's
Yep.
a great break product as well.
Yep.
I think it ticks every box. It
Yep.
ticks all the boxes, and it's not costing you an arm and a leg.
And that's the way I've always seen it, is that you can get cards that have value. There's plenty of numbered inserts. They look good.
Yeah.
It's a fun chase, and it's a product, as you said, you can get it direct from Select. Hobby stores are going to have it to sell over the counter, as we will at RGB. It's very accessible. Whereas Series 2 products seem so daunting due to the price point.
Yeah, exactly.
At $155,
Yep.
with 2 cards numbered to 60, I mean, we haven't even done our matrix yet, but I don't see how you don't pull out $250.
So
value out of
that's
the
it.
box.
What AJ's talking about here, for anyone that's wondering, we always harp on about, well, we've got the data and we look at the numbers and all that sort of stuff. We legitimately do it. And, the people that come visit us down at the Card Authority RGB HQ know that we spend a huge amount of time analysing key bits of data, and we spend a lot of time in Excel building spreadsheets and everything like that.
Yep.
We obviously, we'll go and do that over the next week. We'll build up our spreadsheets for this release, which does all our forecasting models and everything else. But I would say, straight off the top of my head, the lowest extracted value you're going to get out of a box here is 200 plus. If you were to buy a box with the pure intent of turning the cards over and weren't going to keep any of those cards, at a 155 buy price, it's a no-brainer. And that's why I say it will sell out quickly. It doesn't go on sale for 8 days. People have plenty of time to prepare themselves, get organized, make sure your internet works, make sure your computer works, your device, whatever it is that you're doing, get yourselves organized and make sure that you are logged in and you're trying to get your purchase through exactly when it goes on sale.
So that's
do not wait minutes for this.
And that's one of the key differences this year to last year, is they're only doing 1 drop.
Yeah, 1 drop.
So last year it was 2 drops.
That's right.
Now,
I like the 2-drop concept, to be honest.
Yes, I don't.
See, I'm a fan of that,
because when there's a tighter amount of boxes that there is,
true,
and it does take 15-20 seconds to get through the cart, if you're cutting that amount in half, it's more people can go and snap it up. Whereas if you've got a bigger volume of cart of whatever it is, I think it gives everyone just a
whereas I like it because it provides flexibility to people in different positions, different people working at different times, different places, the geographical nature of it, all that sort of stuff.
I agree with that.
But look, either way, whether it was going to be 1 drop, 2 drops, 10 drops, it makes no difference. As you can see from the commentary, the sentiment's already strong. Prestige has gone bananas the last 2 years and moved very, very quickly. Don't sleep on it. If you want to be part of it, get in early.
Yep, agree. So, what was the other thing I was going to talk about?
The Brownlow Vote Getters, obviously, that is the one card that is the same design. Are they vote leaders or vote getters? They're vote leaders. Brownlow leaders. So in 2020, we had Brownlow Vote Getters. 2021, they adjusted it to Brownlow Vote Leaders.
Yep.
And it looks like we've got leaders again. Mr. Captain McMahon over from WA did note it in the comments I saw before. It got lost in the comments a little bit, but we're coming back to that now, is the design has remained the same. Ironically, I said to AJ when we were watching the preview, I was like, design's the same, but to me, the finish looks a bit different. But again, it is on camera, so I don't know. I feel like it looked a bit glossy in the preview, whereas the previous ones have been almost like a matte sort of, not quite a matte finish, but not varnished.
It's hard to tell from the screen. Look, it looks like fundamentally it's the same, bar the difference that we talked about before about having the
representation.
People. But look, there could be a foiling change. There could be a gloss or a matte change. Again, hard to say until we've seen it. But I like them, as we've talked about. I think it's an undervalued card.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, I think that's pretty much it. We need to decompress and break down all these.
But something big's going to happen in the next half an hour or so, isn't it?
Yes. We're going to start listing some breaks.
We are.
RGB breaks.
We are.
And I think Imagine.
I just threw AJ under the bus straight away there. I just looked at him and I gave him the magic look. He's like, what are you thinking? It's like, we're listing breaks. We're getting the first lot of breaks up. If you want to get involved in them, it's going to be in the next, 30 or 40 minutes.
Yep.
On our 30 or 40 minutes, RGV Brakes Australia group. If you're not in it,
All
and
right.
you're on this stream at the moment, you can feel free to check it out.
I guess we're doing that.
I guess we're doing it.
All right.
That's right. We're
So-
gonna get off there in a minute. We're gonna work out
look,
exactly what we're doing.
I'm sure other people are going to be also pushing brakes too. All right, look, as I said, just to run through a few of the dot points again for anyone that's jumped on the stream a little bit late. So it is one box for SCC, $155 for SCC. You've got about a week to order that. And then public sale, well, I want to make sure I get the date right. Public sale date is Sunday, the 15th of May, which is, 8 days away.
Next Sunday.
4-box maximum, okay? $155 a box. As Jenks has said, don't sleep on these. The checklist is posted now up on Select's website. We've also shared it through Card Authority and also Good Vibes, so you can go and have a look at that there. We'll look to do another show probably in a week or so, just to maybe after the public sale, sort of talk about how it went. And by that time, we should have a better idea of what we already think is the extraordinary value.
Absolutely.
So,
and look, in the next episode of Card Authority, this is a preview video, obviously, for Select Footy Stars Prestige. Next, we are due to do a full-scale episode. We'll get that out in the next little while as well.
Yep.
And we'll definitely go into depth there about the current status of Footy Stars.
Card Authority is definitely back. We've just been a bit.
We've been very busy here and been getting a lot of different stuff together to make sure
So, James,
that the content over the next few months is going to be entertaining, hopefully, for you guys.
Well, thank you very much, guys. As always, we appreciate you joining us, Card Authority. I know it's a bit of an awkward time in the middle of the footy, but if you're an SCC member, make sure you jump on, lock your box down now, and set your alarms for Sunday, the 15th of May, 1 p.m., and get your boxes.
And you've heard it here first. As I said before, I'm not harping on about it, but if you want to get involved in the first early bird breaks,
All right.
first early bird breaks will be going up shortly, and that will be that.
All right. Cheers, guys. Have a good day.
And remember, guys, Rick Astley, vote 1.
He's never going to let you down.
He will never tell lies.